few people.
So hot right now.
The latest. Much sacrifices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so they captured some merchants, and well, I disagreed of their method of trying to get so-called information out of them. They were just blatantly sacrificing them to their
Greater good.
demonic entity. So we're leaving, but they don't know.
Very well.
We haven't told them.
We're leaving.
Don't tell them Quincy.
We're leaving on a mission.
Yes, I think the guise was that we were leaving to get more supplies.
Yes.
Very well.
And
Okay.
we're
So-
not lying.
Is there a particular sort of time of day that you want to leave? What is your plan?
I would say in the morning, because that would make the most sense, because then you get the most out of the day.
I think it was morning now.
Yeah, well, you had just finished a long rest, yes.
I mean,
But
we don't
it's
have
down
to
to you
eat
guys
that
when
well.
you wish to enact your plan. Okay.
I spell
plan?
morning.
Yes,
Quincy.
surprisingly, there is roughly an outline of a plan.
Damn it, Quincy, stick to the plan.
I thought we were just gonna leave. Set the whole
Yes,
plan.
exactly. That is the plan.
Oh god.
Up and
I mean,
leave.
you're not even sticking to that, Quinn. So
I wish we had some alchemist's fire.
Funny.
Anything's possible when you believe. So, with that, you set on out from the caverns. You climb up the stairs back out onto the mountain ranges of Baldur's Folly, and the frigid peaks. You quickly sort of make your way back down, heading towards the various sort of forest growth that you had previously traversed down. So, who is leading the way?
Didn't we realize Cindrus was the one with the best? Or
no,
I had quite.
I think it's you. But at that time it was an argument, and I rolled a natural 20.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Linda, you lead the way. I mean, Mela.
Yeah, I was sure someone had better.
I mean, what's the worst we could have with a woman in charge?
I know, right?
What the fuck?
I have +4.
Oh yeah, you had better because I have +3.
Uh-huh. But where are we? Back to Edgeport.
Yeah, I think you said that we should go back to.
Decisions.
Port. Or go to Edgeport, yeah.
Yeah, go to Edgeport and we'll on the grumpy face, the town guard.
Nailed it.
The woman wearing the big hammer, yes.
Didn't the cluster had a fling with her?
Orif Stonehammer.
Dutch fling. Yes, Orif.
Yes,
We
we
love
should
to
go
love that.
find Orif Stonehammer and warn her of the location
Yes.
and what the Crimson Brotherhood are up to.
Okay. So, we're on that then. Can I get a survival check from yourself then, please, Z?
Okie dokie. This is where we get lost. Yes. 6.
Beautiful. Amazing start. Okay. So, you start making your way down sort of the large rocky outcrops and cliff faces of the lower frigid peak. You think you find a bit of a shortcut, a trail that leads on down. And after a good hour or so has passed, you realize you have no idea where you're going, and you've clearly gone off the beaten track at some point or another. As you're making your way on through, you sort of look back to the remainder of the party. And in the distance, you can see a number of winged shapes on the horizon coming in your direction.
Big?
Make a perception check.
All of us?
No, I'd say just Z.
Brilliant rolls today.
Oh.
Huge, gymongous, biggest
7.
you've ever seen.
Trickles.
Who
I
put this guy in charge? Was it Linda?
think we should hide.
Okay, if you say so.
I mean, there are big flying things coming towards us.
What's
Can
the
I
party
hit?
want to do?
Can I hit the flying things with my axe?
Oh,
That
you can-
may prove difficult, but if you believe hard enough, I'm sure you'll make it.
I don't see what could go wrong then.
Exactly.
I go
Um,
free and take over.
I mean, how many flying things?
So Z think he spotted 3 of them.
I think there are 3 of them.
Okay.
That means
I take a look in the direction he was seeing them.
Okay.
That way.
You may make a perception check as they draw ever nearer.
$13.
Okay, so these are not the large, gigantic, dragoness-sized creatures that Z initially thought of upon looking in this general direction. They seem to be more sort of mount-sized creatures, a pair of wings to each of them, and you think you spot riders on top. They're a little too far, however, to make out the precise details of what they are. But they definitely seem to be flying with intent.
Yeah, let's stay out of sight.
Is there any cover nearby?
So you're sort of at the present time on like a rocky road. There's various sort of nooks and crannies on each side, and like rock formations that you might be able to use for some form of cover. Okay, so with that, can I get a stealth check from everyone, please?
I mean, what could go wrong?
Very true.
I do know one thing that went wrong. I still haven't opened up a character sheet. Oh. I can roll.
14.
12.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, great. I mean,
What the fuck? 22. Crit.
it's fine. I've got a 5.
11.
Okay.
I'm one with nature.
So, what's these things? So, start Z. What did you get?
11.
Okay. You. What did you get?
12.
Okay. Mela.
22.
Nice. VMAC.
Sorry, I was just drinking. I've got 6.
Nice. Strong. And
I know.
finally, Benjamin.
14.
Okay. So, you're able to try and find whatever sort of cover that you can. Some of you, however, fare much better than others. VMAC, you sort of look around, despite being fairly familiar with this sort of terrain, your mind goes blank for a moment as you struggle to determine what's your best way of hiding, and you end up just simply diving onto the ground, really not doing a very good job at covering yourself.
I would like to do a performance check to make sure, pretend that I'm a corpse.
Sure.
I'm just imagining Frodo in Mordor, where he's being penetrated by the eye and he just flops back down.
Okay. So I've got a 6 on my performance to act as a corpse.
I see this happening and I kick some snow over him.
Okay. So, as you sort of try your best to sort of give off a bit of performance that you're actually, dead, it's rather poor acting, to say the least. These creatures get ever nearer, and as they sort of do, you're able to determine what they are. Let me just check. To load up stats. No, it's not.
I can't.
Okay, that's different. So, as they fly on nearer, you're able to start making out the shapes of what these creatures are. They seem to have long sort of tails at their rear with various sort of needles intertwined with their skin. A pair of bat-like wings and the face of sort of a lion, but with a large open jaw that seems almost not supernatural, but definitely it gives you the creeps. Anyone trained in nature?
I got
Yeah.
mine
Absolutely
too.
not.
I am.
Maybe.
Okay. Benjamin, you recognize these as being manticores.
Oh,
Hey,
man,
with that.
girls.
Okay. They sort of fly on over and begin circling around where you are. One of them then lands on the ground, probably a good 30 or so feet away from you all, and starts moving towards VMAC. The other two, however, seem to give you all a wide berth and merely patrol overhead. You recognize that on each of them there is a familiar sight of a crimson red robe by the riders. What do you decide to do?
So you said a familiar crimson.
So,
Where am I headed?
there's three manticores, each of whom has a rider. Two of them are now flying overhead and giving sort of a wide perimeter, a wide berth flying on a perimeter around you all. One of them, however, lands onto the ground. You can clearly see that the rider is wearing a familiar crimson red robe that you saw previously in the Tower of Omens.
Oh, so they're not from the Brotherhood, because they also wear crimson.
Yes, they are from the Brotherhood.
Oh, so then there's actually nothing going on, because we're still affiliated with them. So,
It begins moving up towards yourself.
Some people cannot connect dots.
I mean, bless him, he's a barbarian.
Not the smartest.
What do you decide to do, VMAT?
well, basically he approaches me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, have you ever tried, like, lying on the floor? It's really comfortable.
Is this what you said?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Let's see how this shit shows.
I mean, I was playing that on the middle of the
You
break.
were, yes. So, as the rest of the party sort of waits with bated breath, hiding behind whatever cover that they can, seeing how this plays out, the Manticore and Rider move up within 5 feet of VMAC. The Manticore sort of lets out a sort of, not an angry growl, but more so an intimidating one. The Rider looks to you all and says, "You there!" As he looks to yourself, VMAC.
Yeah. I say,
And what
hi.
you-
How are you doing today?
And what brings you out this far away from the Tower of Omens?
We're hunting.
Make a
Why the fuck
deception.
did we? Oh my
Sorry.
god.
What was that, Benjamin?
Why did he say we?
Oh
my God.
Why did
He
you just point that out?
immediately looks
Yeah.
around as you say that and says, "We?"
Yeah, me and my ex.
Make a deception check.
Okay, so I got a 15 on the first one, I guess, for the hunting. And then I've got, so both have a +1 on deception. So that's a 13.
Okay, so he looks around and says, "To all you heretics, you come out now, the punishment will simply be your life."
What are you talking about? We're just hunting.
I'm not a heretic, so I don't listen.
We went further away from the tower because, like, most of the hunts around the tower have all been killed.
He said we again.
You have not been sanctioned to leave the tower, and you have definitely not been sanctioned to move this far away from the Brotherhood.
I'll take out my bow, use lightning damage on it,
Nice.
shoot him.
Oh dear. That
That was
escalated
not-
quickly.
Sanction this motherfucker!
Unrestricted warfare. Well, they fucking miss. 12.
What did you manage to get?
A 12.
Just a miss, unfortunately. The arrow just soars over the guy's head, at which point he ducks and cover. He immediately takes out what looks to be a small trumpet-like object, almost like a horn of an animal that's been carved out, and he begins blowing, letting out a bellowing sound throughout the valley.
I shout real loud, ambushed! We're being ambushed! 2 arrows!
With that, I would like you all to make a initiative roll, please.
But I don't wanna.
I played it.
So you guys have backup characters, right?
Can I feign death?
I mean, sure. You can see how that works out. Works brilliantly for VMAC. Okay. Does anyone get 20 or above?
21.
Nice. 15 or above?
17.
10 or above?
13.
5 or above?
9.
And bringing up the rear?
A solid 2.
Oh!
So, Z, you're up first. You're probably somewhere in the region of about 20, 25 feet away from the manticore.
Okay, I'm gonna charge at the guy riding and try and knock him off the manticore.
Nice, okay. I would say this is probably going to be a strength-based attack.
Okay.
And we'll go from there. So actually, do you want to make an athletics check, and we'll do yours against his?
Yep.
Are we on the map or are we in the dungeon still? On the reloaded in?
I haven't got a map, so we'll just
Alright.
go with theater of mind for the time being.
Yes, we
11.
run our script.
11. Okay. Actually, I might just be able to quickly.
I mean,
draw
either
out.
we went off script or Prime just didn't expect us to fill this.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Okay. So we'll say VMAX about here. You guys are all scattered around. Okay. So Z, you sort of run up behind the manticore. The rider's sort of blissfully unaware of your presence. In fact, I'll say roll with advantage because he didn't, in fact, know that you were there.
Coming out of the woodwork. Yeah, no, let's go with it.
You sort of make your way out, and as you're just about to sort of reach where the rider is and try and knock him off, the manticore detects your presence and immediately turns, and you go face first into the side of this face.
Ah.
It sort of turns around at you and just sort of snarls. What would you like to do?
Bonus action unarmed strike.
Sure.
I will try and attack the rider.
Okay. What did you manage to get?
13.
13 is a hit.
Slash. 5 slashing damage.
Nice, okay. So, Benjamin.
I'm gonna try to shoot him again.
Nice.
Ooh. That'll hit.
Very nice. You sort of readjust your aim after missing previously.
14 damage.
Very nice. As the guy sort of turns around to look at Z, you're able to sort of pop out from the rocks and shoot him in the shoulder, doing a fair bit of damage to him. Nice. VMAX.
So I guess by this point my character has realized that it was us that shoot at him.
You get the impression that things have definitely taken a
Yes,
hostile
yes.
turn, yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I rage. And,
Strong.
I'm taking. This is the guy.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm flanking then, and I will hit him with my axe.
Nice.
Plus 6, 12.
12. Which one are you going for? The rider?
Whatever's closest.
I would say the manticore.
Then I go for the Manticore.
That is a miss.
Well then.
Strong.
I do nothing.
Very well. Okay, so Manticore is up. I'm going to say he's going to turn around at the Tabaxi at his rear.
This is where I die.
Yeah. Okay, so it's going to start off with a bite attack against yourself. Getting a 12 against AC.
That misses.
Nice. And you're going to follow up with 2 claw attacks.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so we've got a 15 against AC
That hits.
and a 14 against
That
AC.
misses.
Okay. So just a single hit for 6 slashing damage. Okay, and the right, on the other hand, kind of looks around, realizes that bits around, but nevertheless takes out a small short sword and tries attacking VMAX. 19 against AC.
Hit.
Hitting for 6 slashing damage.
Alright.
Okay, so Mela,
My turn.
it is.
Is there anyone who needs some help desperately? Okay. Then I'll just produce flame, I guess, on one of the guys that looks most injured.
Okay.
Yes, I think. Or maybe I should turn into a bear.
Bear struck.
Bear farm. Yes. Sorry,
That's alright.
it will be
Can't
bear.
you turn into a manticore?
Hasn't unlocked that ability just unfortunately.
Damn it!
Oh. Now, where is my bear?
Do you have a bear token or do you need one?
I think it's gone.
Rip.
How can I get it forward? Actually, I've never done it before. You always
Right. Okay.
fix it for me. But I can do it if I know how. Usually just manage.
Yeah.
I tried
Animal.
to put my tokens on my space, but it seems like it only stores it.
Bear.
Rawr.
Bear.
Ra ra mama.
Is the bear humming that?
Okay.
I can barely contain my excrement.
Which enemy
Oh
is
shit.
most damaged? Like, or
I mean, it's difficult to say as both have only taken light blows, but you definitely get the impression the rider is in a worse shape than the manticore itself.
oh, there's the manticore. Oh, it's so cute.
It also has wings.
Kitty!
Although I guess might be good to go for the manticore because it could fly away when the rider dies.
Rah, rah, rah. Rah, rah, rah.
Get it.
Rah, rah, rah.
I go for the manticore.
Okay.
Fucking weird.
That's Manticore.
Plus 5. 18.
18's a hit, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. um, 8 damage.
Nice.
And then we go with the claws.
Okay.
Ah, 7. It's probably.
Sad.
And wait, where are people?
People are roughly where they are.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, that's a
Have
much
any
better
flanking.
artist impression of a manticore.
Yes.
No, I meant it doesn't look like I have any flanking.
No, unfortunately not.
Maybe if you move up on the other side, we can flank.
Ghost high quality Gwen God.
Speaking of which, you.
Ah. Do I have flanking?
I will say yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will smack with axe. Yes.
Like that.
Drunk.
13.
Which one are you going for, rider or manticore?
I was gonna go for the manticore, so that's probably a miss.
It is a miss, unfortunately. Okay, Z.
I'm gonna go for the rider.
Okay.
Just gonna smack him.
Smack it on, but
12.
12 is a miss, unfortunately.
Uh,
You are, however, flanking with BMAC at the moment.
Oh. Advantage! Come on, roll better. Oh, that's better. 16.
Nice. That is a hit.
Nice. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 16. 9 bludgeoning damage.
Very nice.
And then I'm going to flurry of blows the bitch.
Okay.
Ooh, 19.
Very nice.
4, 5 slashing damage. Second attack. Another 5 slashing damage.
Very nice.
And I will stay where I am.
Ryder is bloody. You also notice that as you start laying into the guy, you start seeing like obviously cuts and wounds, but the guy seems to be bleeding black blood.
Does he look human?
Yes, but you can definitely see sort of his form shimmering and changing, almost like he's struggling to keep whatever form this currently is.
I say to you, humans bleed red blood, right?
I think so, yes. Normally.
This one isn't.
This one bad.
Oh, okay.
Benjamin.
I'm gonna stick to the tree line and keep shooting him.
Nice. Going for the rider or the manticore?
Rider.
Okay.
That's a miss.
Rip. You're having trouble adjusting to this sort of terrain, and your arrow goes a little wide.
The fucking manticore keeps moving.
You, Matt.
Yes, I will attack. Let's say I will attack the Manticore.
Okay.
Sorry. I was searching for words.
That's quite alright.
Hitting a 20.
That is definitely a hit.
Good. And I will hit it for 10 plus 6. 16 damage.
Strong hit.
And because I keep forgetting it, I also have the DC 13 save
Okay.
for the blade from my axe.
Yep.
So
Okay,
now-
the manticore seems to fail.
Okay, then it takes a 1d4, and it's over time until he
Yeah.
saves it.
Nice.
So it
Okay.
takes 2 damage.
Very nice. So, as you're able to sort of cut into the shoulder of this manticore and it starts bleeding quite heavily, its attention immediately swivels around to yourself. So this is going to be 3 attacks against you. First one is a 17 against AC.
Hit.
Second one is a 9 against AC.
Miss.
And the third one is a 19 against AC.
Hit.
Okay, so the bite strikes you for 8 piercing damage,
Okay.
and the claw attack strikes you for 9 slashing damage.
Okay. Okay.
The rider, on the meantime, is more focused behind on Z, and he's going to try and strike you with his short sword.
Okay.
That is an 8 against AC, which I presume is a miss. Okie dokie. Mela.
Me?
You!
Oh, not you. Me. Okay, I will go. I mean the manticore.
Nice.
Oh wait, I shouldn't roll them at the same time, right? But one of them. 7 plus 5 is 12.
12's a miss.
Okay, that was the first.
Yep. And
I
the second
rolled
attack? It's all good.
I rolled the 2d20s at the same time for the first one.
Mhm.
But now I'm gonna do them separately.
Yeah, it's fine.
The best one here is
That'll be a hit.
okay, good. Then it's the which is 2d6 plus 4. $14 damage.
Very nice. Okay, Manticle's looking pretty beat up. Starting to get quite exhausted. You.
I will try and hit the Manticore again.
Mm-hmm.
So 21.
That's a hit.
And 13 damage.
Okay, nice hit.
Thanks.
So, Z, you sort of look on up and you see the two other manticores that had previously sort of flown away and doing reconnaissance work. You see one of them fly on over and a series of spikes get launched from its tail into the group around. So this will be one attack against Z, one attack against you, and one attack against VMAX.
Is it a ranged attack?
It is a ranged attack.
Reaction! Deflect missile!
Oh, yeah. So, one on yourself is going to be a 16 against AC.
That hits.
Okay.
Damage.
Okay. What is these? These are D8. So, damage is 7.
I get to reduce it by 7 plus 6.
Nice.
If I reduce it to 0, I can catch the missile and use it as a ranged attack as a monk weapon.
As it's flying in towards your face, you, without even looking at it, you just grab it out of the air. Now have this tail spike in your hand.
I redirect it to the manticore.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
You can do that, jeez.
Yeah,
Monk bullshit.
That's cool.
Absolute bullshit.
Natural 20!
Oh, fucking hell.
So what's the...
D8 plus strength.
Eight. There is
Very nice.
Too bad those fucking spikes.
One spike at you, which misses completely, and one at VMAC for an 18 against AC,
It's
hitting 5 piercing, so not too bad.
it's
Z.
a good thing I'm raging.
So Z,
I'm going to try and take down the manticore in front.
okay?
So... I think I'm still flanking.
You are.
Oh wow, that shit rolls. 9.
Also feeling pretty good about what you've just done. You accidentally stumble and completely miss your...
Flurry of blows then.
Okay.
Plus
That'll be a hit.
Uh, 5 slashing damage.
Okay, nice.
+5. 21.
That's a hit.
Oops, I didn't mean to.
That's fine.
So brain's gone dead. So 4 slashing damage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna drunkenly disengage.
Nice.
What about my advantage?
Benjamin.
But this time I'll shoot at the Manticore, seeing as it's probably a bigger target.
Yeah.
Yes. 23.
Okay, that is a hit.
Plus 3, 12 damage.
Okay. You see the Manticore hit the dirt and the rider just get flung off over to the side. When I can actually grab hold of his token. There we go.
Yes.
Nice.
That's my turn.
Nice one. VMAC.
So you said it was flown over. Does that mean it's what
It is
prone?
most definitely dead.
No. I mean the rider.
Oh, yeah, no, he's prone at the moment.
He's prone. So if I attack with melee, I get advantage.
You?
Great. That means I attack him.
Strong.
Yes.
That is a hit.
Yeah. Okay. Good. And I will hit it for. Ooh, it's almost a 1. Plus 6, 13 damage.
Nice. Okay. And with that, Ryder goes down. You see its form just begin to disappear. And where the body once stood, you just see this explosion of black smoke that then seeps into the ground, completely disappearing.
I left mechanically. What is it? I left
Manically.
my axe.
Basically, yeah.
Mechanically.
Ha ha ha.
As you look on at the scenes, the other two riders sort of see how this all go down and begin flying back towards the tower once more, disappearing over the horizon.
Come down
What?
here. We want to
That's a-
play.
That's our
Yeah.
experience.
I get a shot off within the range of the bow.
If you would like to, Benjamin, sure.
Oh, why not? At 13 on the Manticore.
Yeah, that's a hit.
It's for 11 damage.
As it sort of disappears over a rocky outcrop, you just hear this whelp sound as it looks back towards you, but continues flying off in the direction. Nevertheless, got an arrow stuck in it, so maybe you might be able to track it later.
That's not the objective.
All right. From there, I'm gonna go quickly just wash up my slow cookers. Let's have a quick drink break.
Yay!
Quick break.
That sounds good.
Let's see if my dog's still alive.
Time for some julmust. Right, Jimmy?
Ja!
So, Rogue, I got a question.
Yes.
Last time we had the D&D session was when you just got back from the barber.
Uh-huh.
So, what did Joe think of your new haircut?
She doesn't mind it too much.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
But she's a weirdo.
I mean, definitely, because she's going with you, but...
Exactly.
Whew. So, Syndrus,
So, Quincy.
how's Destiny 2?
Well,
As-
I literally played it for 10 minutes. Because I forgot that we had D&D.
Mm-hmm.
But I am probably gonna pick it up and play the DLC.
I was thinking about that as well.
I mean, didn't you play Destiny 2 with me when it was
Yeah,
released?
when I was at launch. And seeing as I asked the girl we play Borderlands with also plays Destiny 2 for a while now. Since it came, no, not since it came out, but she played it at launch and she's playing it for like for a month now. And she's saying like it's gotten way better since then, since launch.
Yeah.
Because they also split off from Activision, I guess. So they finally were able to leave Battle.net to go to Steam. And I don't have that much pressure on DLC anymore. Because did you play the first DLC with us?
No, that's the Curse of Osiris, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I've done a couple of the main story missions, and that's basically it. I stopped afterwards, so I didn't do any of the raids in that.
Oh yeah, because I think I did finish it with other KG members, I think, and it wasn't that great.
Sad times, yo.
But yeah, I'll probably start playing it. So
Yeah, I want to, but I've already decided to play another game with a friend. So when that game's done, I'll probably start playing Destiny
which one?
2.
The what is the Rogue, the shooting game?
Yeah, Ghost Recon.
Ghost Recon. Yeah. How is that one?
It's pretty terrible. The game is really badly optimized. It lags on my PC.
I mean, that's also one reason why I think the Destiny 2 will be a good pick, because it's already been out for a long time, so...
Yeah, but it's also then it's more of the old stuff, and I already played at launch. It's also that present thing.
You can come and join us on World of Warcraft Classic.
Nah, that's too old for me.
Oh yes.
You mean spend 2 months getting to level 60,
I'm straight.
and then you can start playing the game.
Oh, yeah.
No. Then you start leveling an alt.
Oh yeah, for the one time where you have to raid and you need a specific class.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. It's the classic way.
Don't they have level boosts?
Nope.
No, not for classic.
God damn it.
Quincy, this is called classic for a reason.
None of that bullshit.
Can I copy one of your guys' save?
So, after the last two magical riders fly off into the distance, you have a small moment to sort of catch your breath and do whatever it is that you need to do. You pick yourselves back off from the ground and whatnot, dust yourselves off. But otherwise, it seems like there's not too much in the way of injuries for the time being, at least. So, do you decide to take a short rest here and now, or do you want to press on?
Well, seeing as the other manticores know where we are, and they're probably getting back up, we might want to I mean, at least not stay in the same place.
Well,
Either
I mean,
find a
on
better
the other
hiding.
hand, this is probably the least likely spot they'll search because they will think that we will think that and therefore will not search here.
Oh, snap!
Or
If you know
Big
anything
brain
about-
BMAC right now.
If you know anything about search parties, you always start from the spot where you last saw them, and then you make a circle like wider and wider out.
Apparently not
That
with
is
the
probably
barbarian
actually a
tribes.
good suggestion, yes.
So they're gonna start here.
Oh.
or they'll just
Oh.
follow our tracks where we've been
Yeah.
leaving footprints in the snow.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not leaving footprints. Might be the big stupid orc that's leaving footprints.
That's just mean.
What you call me?
An orc.
Oh, you know, we could just double time and move fast.
I could turn into a horse. I could turn
And leave
into
more
an owl.
footprints.
Yeah. No, like I could turn into an owl and fly. I could also turn into a horse, because then I can carry someone and move fast.
Can you turn into a giant centipede so it leaves a lot of footprints?
No. And I mean, okay, probably if it's a horse, they're gonna follow it, but if I turn into some wolf or something, they're gonna be a bit confused. They're not gonna follow the wolf steps, I guess.
So, what's your plan?
Well, you could transform into a wolf and then we just follow your footsteps.
Or we just get some branches, drag those behind us to just get rid of any of them. Because I take it it's a snowy path where we're on.
So at the moment, you're making your way down the sort of the mountainside, but you're still very much in like the snowy parts of the mountain.
Yeah,
There's
so you
snow
just
all around the terrain.
So what we do, we get some branches, we attach them to the tail of the wolf, and then we make the wolf happy, so it starts waggling its tail,
Jesus.
and then she just walks behind us, and all the footprints are gone.
That's exactly how it works.
So what makes you happy, Linda?
Eating your face makes me happy.
This is definitely big brain time.
They're gonna be back because we're just sitting here discussing.
We should ask them when they come back.
Yeah. Why don't we just jog?
Yeah. Let's go for a little
So-
run.
Yes, to Edgefield.
Yes. Like, are you sure we're in the right direction?
I think so. This is the way we came, right?
You sort of all look around and you don't recognize this terrain at all.
No, I don't think we've been here before.
Did you get us lost?
Maybe we should all try to find out where we are. Put our big brains together.
With your powers combined.
Cooperate?
A D&D party? The fuck is this?
These are the Avengers of VMAC.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try and find out if I can, know where we are.
Okay.
I want to
So,
do that as well. I want to do
You
that.
begin conversing with one another. Seems to be a little bit of disagreement in terms of where you are currently. Mela and VMAC begin sort of looking around, seeing what they can find.
I got 10 is +3.
Okay, Mela, you're able to determine that you've definitely gone the wrong way, but you're not really sure how to get back on the right track. VMAC, however, familiar and pretty much back at home, given this, your surroundings, you're immediately able to sort of spot a nearby set of natural ramps that lead down the side of the mountain. You're pretty sure they'll bring you out in the right spot if you follow them.
Alright. So, what time is it by now?
By now, you're probably looking at midday.
Alright. If I'm familiar with this terrain, do I also know, like, a cave or something out of cover where we can spend the night?
You might be able to find one, yeah?
So,
I'd say probably an advantage on your check to see if you can find anywhere suitable.
Alright. Because I take it we're still days away from a town.
Yes. Yeah, very much so. You're still looking at a good couple of days at the minimum.
Okay. So, yes, what I would like to do is that I would like to point these guys to the right direction and try to find some way of cover, like maybe a cave or something where we can spend the night.
Okay. The remainder of you're all good with that?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. So, with that, can I get a survival check with advantage, please, VMAC?
+3 is 15.
Okay, not too bad at all. Okay, so you start making your way back down once again. A few of you sort of keep your eyes on the skyline just to make sure that nothing's gonna make its way on over and surprise you. But nevertheless, it seems fairly clear on your journey down. You travel again for a good 3 or 4 hours or so, and you're pretty much now getting down to where you're getting off of the mountain and now into the deep forests of Baldur's Folly itself. You're able to find a small little cave at the base of the mountain, and you think this will probably suffice for an evening's rest if you needed it. In terms of time, you're now probably looking at somewhere in the region of about 4, verging on 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, guys, I say we make camp here for tonight. Or would you guys rather march forwards and make sure that we avoid any patrols?
Ref sounds good.
Yeah, we'll pretty much have to rest anyways.
I mean, if we were to make a fire, Prime, would that be seeable from the sky?
Absolutely.
Smoke, fire,
Well,
yeah.
Well, I mean, we will light it up in a cave. And
Will we?
Yeah.
Depends on the cave, really, because I don't want to die from smoke poisoning.
That is true.
So, you have a quick look at what you're having to deal with here. It seems to be a fairly small cave, was probably something's nest at some point or another, but looks to have been long abandoned. You're looking at a single sort of passage, probably no more than, say, 80 feet long. If you were to light a fire, you could probably disguise the light, but the smoke is going to have to go somewhere, and it'll probably go out the main entrance.
Right, nobody have a fancy spell to, like, ventilate the shit?
I have flurry of blows.
We're not very.
Just keep
very
punching the air.
We don't like spelling around here.
Yeah.
Alright. I guess we will not do a campfire then.
Okay. Very well. So, you get yourselves rested up at home. Pretty much you have the evening to yourselves. You refrain from lighting any sort of fires or light sources, so as the evening goes on, a few of you sort of struggle to be able to see. Okay.
I don't have dark vision.
Do you take any precautions out of interest?
I want to try and make those herbs and things I found into alcohol.
Okay.
Good precaution.
That is my precaution.
Priorities, man.
Damn right.
Okay. Do you have any sort of alchemical apparatus or anything like that?
Only brewer supplies.
Okay. In that case, yeah, give us a brew supplies roll, whatever the associated skill is with it.
That is a good question.
Let's do a quick Google search and see what comes up.
Yup. It says add your proficiency bonus to any ability checks.
Okay. In that case, yeah, we'll go with it.
Wow. Fucking A.
You've had a busy day. Your mind's not quite with it, and you start experimenting, mixing a few things together. But the only things it creates are foul, obnoxious smelling odors that are not going to be useful for a brew.
So, what's the first taste?
It's a fairly foul odor, and it sort of lingers over the cave for the entire evening.
Come on, man.
It could have been good.
Seems
Do you
that
have
you're going to need some better apparatus to get the finer results out of this. Okay. Anyone else taking any precautions, so to speak?
Well,
The mixes away.
I would like to volunteer for scout duty, so I don't have to sit in the stench.
Is this cave opening like off to the side in some way?
Yeah, there is some amount of cover here. It's not like totally covered, but there's a little bit of sort of dense vegetation out front to disguise the entranceway.
I mean, on the plus side, this way we don't have to light a fire because the stench will just keep anyone away.
Yeah.
So VMAC, you sort of head on out just to do some reconnaissance work and whatnot.
Yeah,
Do you have
basically,
dark vision?
No.
That's why I'm doing first watch, because it's like the early evening, it's not completely dark, right?
Sure. You're still gonna take a penalty.
It's okay. It's okay. I've got perfect perception.
Great. Make a perception check with disadvantage.
Ah, great. Let me just do this, guys. Ah. Okay. I've got a 7.
Okay. So the sun's beginning to set on the horizon, and definitely a lot of the landscape is now covered in sort of shadow and quite dark sort of shade. But you're able to sort of make out rough shapes here and there. Seems all good. Nothing to worry.
Right, so that means I have to go back into the smelly cave.
Oh, you can stay outside. It's all good.
Yeah.
I think I'll stay outside. I mean, I am a Goliath, so the cold doesn't
You
really
like
affect
being
me.
back in nature, the cold, you just shrug it off, and you like watching the sunset in the distance.
Exactly.
How deep is the snow?
How deep is the snow? Most of it seems to be fairly sort of knee-high.
Yeehaw.
Knee high on
Yeah.
me, or
No, probably knee-high on like an average human. For you, it's probably at your shins.
yeah. All right. Um, I'm still gonna go ahead and scare some of the trees into covering our entrance a bit.
Okay.
More.
You're just gonna shout at the trees.
Yeah.
Come in the cave, goddammit!
No, I'm gonna see if I can shift some branches without breaking them. Actually.
Okay, very well. So you head on out and you sort of see VMAC a little distance away, just keeping an eye on things, but you
Yeah,
question
shaking
how
my
much he's
head.
actually going to be able to see. In the meantime, you sort of turn around, you start bringing together various bits of vegetation, sort of covering up the cave to the best of your ability and whatnot. And you think after an hour or so, you've done a fairly good job. It's now a little bit more difficult to sort of see the cave on the outside. Okay.
Okay.
So, with on that, you will begin to settle down into an evening's of rest. Do you set a watch going or anything of that nature?
Yeah, we might as well.
Okay. So, let's just go do a perception check for everyone, and we'll see how that plays out.
Yo.
So everyone, do I
Yep.
get disadvantage?
You do get disadvantage. Anyone who has no dark vision.
Oh, I actually didn't do badly.
I did.
Me too.
So, starting from the top, Z, what did you get?
22.
Nice. You?
6.
Strong. Very strong. Mela?
Yes. Well, I have dark vision.
So then
So-
just a normal perception check, please.
Yes. I had 18 plus. Wait. What is perception?
Wisdom.
Yes. Plus 3.
Okay. And VMAC?
16.
Okay. And Benjamin to finish off.
8.
Okay. So, as you all sort of rest up, taking turns to watch out over the nearby train and whatnot, a few of the more perceptive of you individuals are able to see every now and then familiar airborne figures just fly across the landscape every now and then. They seem to be looking for someone or something, but they're not able to ascertain where you guys currently are. And so after a while, they just sort of fly on off on the distance and disappear over the sky, over the horizon. Okay, so you guys finish a long rest, and you level up.
What?
Level 4? So I just got one question. Who was actually the idiot that made us like flee from these guys and put us in trouble with them? And
That would be you.
yeah, I know they're bad and all that, but we're running. I don't like running.
Same
You
you.
had a little bit of a disagreement, shall we say,
Yeah, I think it was the orc.
and sowed the seeds of doubt.
Alright, level up. That means I have to get my Excel sheet.
Oh snap! You have an Excel spreadsheet?
Well, it's more like it just calculates my health.
Ah, I see.
I mean, oh no, wait, that's still for my sorcerer. Yeah, fuck it. I'll just do it the normal way. Open up the player's handbook, look at the thing, and add that to my current thing.
That sounds horrible.
I know. 7 plus con. Oh wait, that's 10. That's difficult. I should get him.
6, nice. Get. Oh, that's tough. Do I go for ASI or feet?
Yeah, I've got as well. I've got a bit of the score improvement.
Yeah, side because everything is shit.
Yeah, but I get Sentinel. Fucking ridiculous. Or Observant. Observant. Or Mobile.
Gotta go fast.
You get a higher chance to hit, higher damage, and a better chance to not get hit.
ASI, or maybe Orcish Fury, Orcish Aggression. That extra damage.
Very nice.
So did I need Dex for my armor score on Barbarian?
What armor are you wearing?
Nothing. Found it on armor defense. 10 plus Dex plus Con. Okay.
There you go.
So I could also just go for that and just get 1 AC and 1 damage. I'll do just increase my things.
All the things.
Yeah, so I got 18 strength and 14 dex.
Nice.
Oh yeah, now I'm more stealthy.
Oh yes. You have become one with the mountain.
Hell yeah.
Take your time, no rush.
Well, I'm done.
No problems.
I mean, it's pretty simple if you just gotta improve your stats. I mean, unless you go for like a feat, then you have to breathe through all the feats. Or if you're a magic caster, you unlock more spells. But hey, guess what? I don't have.
Skills.
Exactly.
Any skills.
Talent. Manners. Charm.
So, did anyone get anything good?
Yes,
Sounds like it.
I've got 1 extra AC,
Ooh.
and I've gained a weapon damage, and well, basically just another strength thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had strength and dex on an uneven number.
Very nice.
I know, I feel more powerful. And
Super
it'll probably
strong.
get us into more trouble.
Nice. As must be done.
Of course. I mean, I'm not the brains of this operation.
But I thought VMAC was. He was the head honcho. The big brain guy. Guy with the ideas.
I mean, he thinks that is the case, but I mean, it's also your guys' thing that you have to stop me from making bad decisions. But so far, you've been pretty much just letting me roll with it, so...
Mm-hmm.
That's one way to get rid of you.
So, with that, you wake on up. A new day is before you. You feel bright and ready to take on whatever comes into your path. You sort of sit down for a quick morning meal before then heading on off and continuing your ventures. Okay. So, who is leading the party for today?
I mean, I would say Rogue, since he had +4, but I don't know anymore.
I would like to lead because Rogue got us lost.
Maybe we should also give the people leading help action, or that multiple people lead. Because us dumbass is gonna get lost again.
Just downloading my.
No worries.
I went with ASI in the end.
Fair enough.
Me too.
I now I still have +4 on survival.
You didn't level up wisdom.
I did.
Oh.
I've at 1 point in Dex, 1 point in wisdom.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Are you uneven now?
But I would like to lead the party. I don't care what Rogue's done with his wisdom.
Okay. So, take it away. A survival check, please, VMAC.
Somebody help him, please.
22.
Nice.
I do not know this area very well.
Okay, so with that, you're able to head on out and set a pretty good time. You sort of find your way back onto the right path very quickly, and you make your way through the dense and often claustrophobic forests of Baldur's Folly without too much of difficulty whatsoever. You give sort of walls and whatnot that you come across a wide berth. And you're able to make your way through without really any sort of distractions coming your way. Okay, let's see. Okay, and all throughout the day, despite having a pretty good sort of view of your surroundings, you don't really come across any sort of scouts or anything of that nature. It seems as though perhaps they've given up the chase, but the day goes on uneventful regardless. You rest on up for another evening, just on the edge of sort of Baldur's Folly, and you set on out the next day after completing an additional long rest without any difficulty. Okay, so you set on out once more. A long day is ahead of you of traversing through sort of the frozen plains of the Baron, the Barony. You make your way on through, and at the end of the day, you see Edgeport in the distance, feeling as though you have reached civilization once again. So by this time, it's probably about early evening by this point, and you walk through the gates, entering back into the town. So let me load up a map.
Quickly be.
No worries, man.
Oh, by the way, Prime, now that we've got some downtime.
Mm-hmm.
You know that tea you gave me?
Yes?
My co-workers didn't like it.
They didn't like it. Well, they're fucking heretics then.
Yes. Well, I mean,
Absolute disgrace.
that's also because we don't drink it with milk.
Again, that's fine. You know, I'm okay with people drinking black tea. That's fine. But the fact that you didn't like your shit gold is just fucking heresy. There's just no other way about it. It's the tippy top of the tea pyramid, and if you don't like it, well, you're just wrong.
Well, just so you know, it's just the co-workers. I mean, I will drink it.
Good.
I'm actually gonna put it on the kettle, I think. I mean,
You should.
Feel free to continue though, because I can still hear you guys while I'm in the kitchen.
I would ask, why don't you have a cup of tea right now?
Did you ever think about putting in water and milk at the same time and then putting it in the kettle?
Oh, snap.
Wait,
Quincy's
wait,
operating on a
wait,
whole
so you
nother
boil
plane of
the-
existence
you boil
right
the
now.
milk?
Yeah, with the water.
Dear God. Prime, is he onto something, or is he just batshit crazy?
I've never tried it, but Quincy's onto a whole new thing right now.
What
Don't knock it till you tried it, I suppose.
if
It
you
sounds fucking disgusting, however.
What if you just put the tea back in the boiling water?
Wait, so you're putting the milk, water, and tea bag in the
Yeah.
kettle?
Yeah, no work afterwards. Straight up in front. Before.
I mean, what about the sugar?
In it. I did not say anything.
Fuck it, throw everything in.
Okay. I mean, Quincy, how about you try it out, then record your findings, so we just know it.
Don't drink tea.
I mean, of course you don't drink tea. You also don't drink coffee?
No.
Is there any other kind of mixed drink that you'd like to drink?
Sometimes I put strawberries in my milk.
Oh. Okay, so in that case, you put all of that in and then you boil it.
Boy, strawberries? The fuck are you on about?
Exactly, that's how brilliant this is, because nobody's thought of it yet.
Making some mighty fine discoveries right now. Okay, so you wander back into Edgeport and whatnot. You see a few individuals come and go. Seem overall glad that you're back. You sort of have a few villagers give you a nod of respect here and there. But nevertheless, you sort of make your way through and things are very much how you left the town. Guards come and go, merchants are sort of packing up for the evening after a day of trade and whatnot, and various different taverns seem alive and bustling with activity. Apart from one, which was the scoundrel's pipe that you kind of set on fire. That seems to be, it seems very much to be a cordoned off and very much a derelict building right now. But otherwise, everything seems quite good and proper.
I smile extra hardly when we walk past it.
Okay. You sort of see this burn-out remains of a building. It seems cordoned off and it's just completely derelict for the time being. Okay. So, you're back in Edgeport. What is it that people would like to do?
Should we go straight to the watch?
Overwatch?
To the watch.
To the lady.
guard.
I've forgotten her name already.
Ozivia.
Stonehammer?
Offix.
You said it like an hour ago and you've forgotten already.
Yeah.
All I know is that Jimmy had a thing with her.
Orif
Orif,
Stonehammer.
that's it.
Yeah, orifices.
Yeah, Stonehammer.
Brain do good. Brain smart. Brain remember well.
I mean, it's not like we're lowering our expectations as us as
No, my expectations are on the floor. There is no lower.
Journey to the center of the earth.
Exactly. Okay, so my question is, who is going over? Are you all going as a group, or are other people wanting to do different things?
I say we all go.
We all go together.
Okay, very well.
Hold each other's hand. So nobody gets
You start making your way through the streets, holding each other's hands. It's a very beautiful moment. No, okay, so you make your way through the streets and whatnot, and you're able to find the barracks without any difficulty whatsoever. A few guards are on standby outside and give you a nod of respect as you head on in. And you're very quickly able to find Orif's sort of office as she seems to be finishing off for the evening. You sort of make your way through the door into her office, and she sort of turns around and looks to you and says, Adventurous. How's it going? What can I help you with?
Hey, sexy. How you doing?
It is not the time of the evening for that.
It's okay.
What do you want?
We'll come back later then.
Fine by me. At which
No.
point she sort of turns around,
Mate,
grabs hold of her
Don't
coat.
listen to the idiots.
wait.
Sort of lets out a sigh and sort of sits back down in her chair, her arms folded, and sort of looks at you and says, "So what can I help you with?"
We tell her everything.
Yes,
got
tell her
in
everything.
trouble with
I
that.
trust her completely.
I tell her the story of us finding them and kind of joining the Crimson Brotherhood and
Don't
found
forget the
As
out
a
one.
ruse.
about their ritual sacrifices and
You joined a cult.
yes, we were infiltrating them.
Yes, exactly.
Well, not me. I was just following these guys. That technically I did not join.
Yes, the sex orgies.
Yeah.
And we escaped, and they have, what did you call them? Manticores?
Mm-hmm. Manticores, you say?
Yes.
And where is this group based?
In the mountains.
The Tower of
The
Doom. Tower of
mountain.
Omen. Tower of Omen.
Yes, the
This
Tower
is,
of Omen. Oderman? Alderman?
Omen.
Omen.
It
Yeah,
about
Tower
is
of
fine.
Omen. Uldaman.
The old man.
She looks to you and says, "This is some grave news you bring. And what do you want us to do about it?"
Fix it.
They're in the mountains. They haven't been troubling us down here. I don't really have the manpower to send everyone off on a little
But they're
outdoor
preparing for
excursion.
war.
You sort of cut her off, and she sort of looks to you and says, "What makes you say that?"
Well, because we were helping them gather materials and iron and stuff.
Man.
Oh no, wait. I mean, we were not helping.
Do me a favor. In the future, when you come and see me, don't let this one speak. And she points to Beamer.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, you say this cult. How many are we looking at here? What's their strength at?
Fiddy.
Well, there were 3 manticores, which are down to now 2.
Mm-hmm.
Plus
That we
however
know
many
of.
saw when we were on watch. And 50 to 60 people.
Yes.
And they seem well armed and trained.
And
This
and-
is grave news.
And, well, apparently they might have been possessed, some of them. Some of their footfolk, because they were bleeding black blood.
That
Which is
doesn't
highly
sound
unusual.
right.
It's highly unusual for a human to bleed black blood.
Let it be. And do you have any inkling on what this could mean?
Well, I mean,
Hoping
it was.
you would know someone.
I have a few contacts I might be able to reach out to, but it will take some time before they reply.
Well, I think we should just ask who knows Torcaf. So, I mean, that's what their master was called, and it's probably the cult based around him. So if you find out what those people are up to, usually, you should be able to get a pretty good idea of where they're from.
That's the first thing you've said that isn't retarded.
What? I have my moments.
He'll fuck it up.
You are our guests, so make yourselves welcome. I'll put in a good name for one of the local taverns, and we'll pay for your stay overnight. In the meantime, I've got a few calls I need to make, and we'll reconvene in the morning. From there, I guess we'll plan out how we wish to get rid of this problem that you've now brought to me. So thank you for that.
No problem.
We know their hideout, and we know what the interior looks like. So obviously, if you want to do something, we should totally join in on that and like loot their loot.
We barely have the manpower to keep this town safe. I don't have the numbers to lead an expedition into the mountains on what could very well be some wild goose chase. All I can say for the time being is I will look into the manor. If I think it's worthwhile, then perhaps we can go from there.
That is a good thing. All right, let's head up.
Okay. So, you sort of check on in to the nearest tavern. It seems to be a local establishment by the name of the Burning Fiddle. Mm-hmm.
That's what I call my people.
Yeah. There seems to be a local bar playing. There seems to be a vibrant atmosphere with drinks going and a hearty meal, all of which has been paid for by the local baron as a thank you for your good deeds and whatnot. You rest up for the evening, doing whatever it is that you'd like to do. Any specific call-outs that you'd like to do during this time frame, or do you just sort of rest on up for the evening?
Alcohol making.
I thought as much.
Let's go to the bakery again.
Get us some delicious flour.
I asked the barkeep for advice.
Okay. You sort of look on over to the barkeep. He seems to be a sort of early 40s gentleman, sort of hair tied back behind him. But it seems to be well kept. And he sort of looks on over to you and says, what can I help you with?
Well, I have these strange herbs that I found and land them on the bar top.
You've got quite the assortment there, haven't you?
Yes. I've been trying to make them into some sort of alcohol, but haven't had any success yet.
What you been trying?
I tell him all the things I've been trying.
Actually, dead kids.
He sort of looks to you and says, well, it's been a while since I've worked with some reagents like this, but I could give it a go. He sort of takes you down the stairs and you see various sort of, not exactly vats, but sort of like large barrels and apparatus that they've got to brew various concoctions here and there. And you get to work between the pair of you, trying out a few different things and whatnot, and seeing what sticks. So, with that, you can make a brewing supplies check, and I'll give you advantage on this one.
Oh.
Wow.
16.
Nice. Okay. So, with the hand of 2 seconds. Where are my notes? So, the individual introduces himself as Carl as you begin speaking over the course of the evening and whatnot. You spend a couple of hours here and there sort of preparing your reagents and whatnot, and you spend a good portion of the evening, probably about 6 to 8 hours, just getting various mixtures going and seeing what works. By the end of it, you're able to produce a barrel of this lovely smelling sort of flowery ale. It's got a little bit of a kick to it, but nevertheless, it's quite an easygoing drink that you could sit down for an evening with. and you're able to produce, like I say, about a barrel's full of this stuff.
Fill up my
He sort of
barrel.
looks to you, and Carl is writing down notes and whatnot. He says, "That's a mighty fine brew.
Absolutely.
If you find any more of this stuff, you bring it to me. I'll
Will
make
do.
sure you get paid good and proper."
Will do, Carl.
How about the remainder of you? While Zed is off on his little ventures brewing and whatnot, is there anything in particular that you want to get done for the evening with your free time, or are you quite happy to just unwind?
I got a thing. I want to look for children.
No.
Okay.
Oh dear.
No.
No. I want to look for the children that helped me out when I got lost during the whole bakery scene thingy.
Okay.
And I just want to know how they're doing.
Okay. So, make an investigation check, please.
Sure. -2. Oh, it's an
Okay.
extra 20 though. That's
Nice.
18.
So, you're able to make your way through the streets and whatnot. You get a few looks every now and then, just sort of wondering what you're doing. But you're able to make your way through sort of like the back alleys and whatnot. And as you get into sort of the more poorer areas of the town, you're able to find a familiar sight of two small children just resting in a bunch of makeshift blankets and whatnot, keeping out from the cold. Up to you and give you a big wide smile as you sort of approach, and they run to you to give you a hug.
Hey guys.
Says, "So you came back?
Of course.
Do you have anything for us?"
Was I supposed to bring anything?
We're hungry.
Oh well, I can give you. We can go get some food. I
They
thought
sort
you
of
would like.
look at you and smile.
I thought you would like one of the gifts, like a hero gift. I was like, fuck, I didn't bring anything.
Yeah.
He's swearing in front of the kids. Oh no.
So, where do you decide to take them?
To the nearest pub.
My basement.
It takes a very dark turn very quickly.
I mean,
Okay.
I don't feel right bringing them to a bakery.
That worked out so well last time.
I know, right?
Okay, so you take them to a local tavern. Perhaps it's the same one with the remainder of the party, or perhaps you find a different one. It's your call. Nevertheless, you sit them down for a hearty meal. A few individuals sort of give you a look. You definitely get the impression sort of these kids are wearing tattered clothing and whatnot. That they very much have a look of poverty about them. But nevertheless, in your company and whatnot, food is brought on over. It costs you probably, I'd say, for the three of you all together, a silver piece
All right.
for a hearty meal for the evening.
I mean, I don't understand why they're giving weird looks because I'm a Goliath that's naked.
You are
Mostly naked.
in the company of two small children that are wearing rags.
Exactly. See, no.
Nothing to see here, people. Totally fine. Everyday echo.
So, I basically want to inquire them how they're doing. Has anything weird been happening? And I basically tell them about my adventure of how I stopped the cultists.
Okay. So as you sit down to sort of give them a rendition of your heroic deeds and your, squires and lackeys that sort of were there to bask in your glory and whatnot. You're able to ascertain that since you guys last here, there's not really been much that's happened. Things have quietened down somewhat. The orc attacks that people have been speaking about seem to have dissipated, and there very much seems to be a sense of calm now washing over the town itself. Children feel safer. There's no longer been a string of disappearances, and all around things seem to be on the mend for the better.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. Well, I then approach the innkeeper,
Okay.
and I would like to rent a room.
Okay.
Let me
He
finish.
sort of gives you a very curious look as you say
Let me
that.
finish before you guys start laughing. And I tell the innkeeper that I would like to prepare a bath for the two children. And I do like down payment for like any expenses that the kids have. And
Okay.
then I inform the kids that I'll be like leaving them here. They can spend the night here. They can also have a bath. And maybe hint to the innkeeper that like I don't know if he has any like spare clothes or whatever. It's just all the costs are on me.
Sort of
And
looks to you and says, I might be able to find a few bits and pieces. Tell you what, you hand over a couple of silver. We'll put them up for the night. We'll make sure they're catered for good and proper.
all right, I paid a man a couple of
Okay.
silvers, so 2 silvers.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I tell them that I think it's time for me to rejoin my group. Because we probably already have our next mission outlined.
I mean, they're probably lost without you, given how heroic you are.
Exactly. So I'll leave you guys here in good hands, and please do keep an eye out for if anything suspicious happens, especially around the York
Oh,
invasion.
we'll keep an eye out for sure. Just be sure to visit every now and then.
Yeah, I'll try to.
And they
But,
give you a hug.
Adventure life is so busy and crowded, so
One day I want to grow up big and strong like you, VMAC.
oh, you got really
Aw.
okay. Well, it's time to go.
And with that, you sort of leave them behind as they're taken care of by the tavern keeper and whatnot. You sort of find your way back through the streets and find the remnants of your group.
Yeah, and I inform the rest of the party I had a great time with kids.
This does not surprise me.
Looks suspicious. Yes.
Okay, so with on that, you sort of rest up for the evening. Like say, a band plays, and there's a vibrant atmosphere going. But generally, this is one of the few opportunities of you to be back in civilization, sort of put your feet back, kick your feet back for an evening, and just unwind. Okay, so you finish another long rest, and with that, a new day dawns once more.
Oh,
So-
I was hoping you were saying another level up.
No, fuck no.
You die.
Bitch, please, you got some time to go before another level up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the kettle on.
Again?
When is it
Again?
done?
Tea does not last long.
Can't just boil a few warm waters.
I mean, Dean, try Quincy's idea while you're there.
Another time, maybe.
So where should we go to next then?
I don't know, but I'm just really curious because if Dean tries out Quincy's idea, at least we can see it on the webcam. Because we Dean's kitchen in the background just lighting on fire.
That's a nope.
It's a good thing he's wearing pants.
Pants.
Yes, I can't have naked Sundays on D&D Day.
That's where you're going wrong.
That's why I don't have webcam.
That's why you can only see the top half.
I mean, it could be all like, hey guys. Da-da-da.
Oh no!
Oh no, pants! Alright.
No wonder you like those kids.
It's a good thing you left when you did. They were starting to get really seductive.
The kids, of course. Wait, what? No.
Well, I still need to find a way to overthrow the current empire. But what do you guys want to do in the meantime?
Drink?
Drink sounds good.
Sleep.
Also sounds good.
I'm
Play with kids?
mainly gonna eat and
Yep.
drink, sleep,
Okay, so
nothing.
I mean, maybe I should take a bath as well, cause we've been out in the wild. I've been just naked all the time.
It's nature's fragrance.
That is true, but I do think the town people are starting to look at me a little bit weirdly.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's okay, I can clean myself.
Or
Not a
isn't
cat.
that where you're getting the children, Remax? Have some help cleaning yourself?
You scrub good, boy.
Nice and slow.
I hold out my arm. Here you go.
So, like I say, a new dawn occurs. You sit down to a hearty breakfast, something that you're very much not used to out in the wilderness, but is a welcome addition to your day. And with that, you see a familiar individual sort of head on through the tavern entrance. Orif seems to be accompanied by a pair of guards. She sort of waltzes on into the tavern and then sits down at your table and begins sort of digging into the breakfast that you guys have amassed on this table. Says, I hope you don't mind if I join in.
No.
No.
So, I had a little look into the information that you gathered me. Seems like we're dealing with a bunch of devil worshippers.
Told you that.
Cultists, not an D&D.
Cultists? They were cultists all along.
As Emax sort of shouts this out, you get a few individuals in the tavern just stop talking and immediately look in your direction. Keep your voice down. I don't want any panic.
Panic?
I give Vimac a whap in the back of the head. Shut your face.
I sit next to VMAG and take out a dagger. Put it on the table.
I mean, you guys are just now scaring the people around us, okay? Put the weapons away. I mean, they don't need to know that there's danger, okay?
I brought his hand with my dagger.
Ow!
So, you say there's about 50 of these guys, right?
Yes.
Look, I can't afford to spare the majority of the town guard to go off on some wild goose chase. But what I can do is I might be able to get you a few guys that might be that can get you in unnoticed. And if you want to then take them on, I'm sure they'll be more than happy to take a few heads.
Can we take on Fiddy?
That's
I
a
might.
push.
So, as she sort of says this, she sort of turns around and you see 5 individuals head on into the tavern. So it's now quite bustling. These individuals seem to be wearing like long greenish cloak. You definitely get the impression that they're sort of rangers of that kind. A few of them sort of have like black camouflage paint on here and there to help them blend in with the surroundings and whatnot. This is. I'm owed a few favors by one of the mercenary companies that runs these parts. I've called in a few strings, and that I might be able to get you some a helping hand. They know Borders Folly particularly well, and they're more than happy to take a few heads. So, Standing before you, you see 3 humans, what looks a dwarf and a halfling. They sort of give you all a sort of a look up and down, and then one of the humans speaks up and says, "So you're the adventurers we got told about."
I take it you've only heard greatness from us?
I've heard things. I wouldn't say greatness, but if you go into a cultist den and come out alive, you must be worth something. At which point they all sort of sit down at this long table that you've now got going on, and they also start digging into your breakfast as well. And said, "Oh, I hope you don't mind."
No, not at all.
I mean, you're paying for this, right?
I wave for the barkeep to bring some more.
Okay, sort of nods and he immediately rushes out with a few pitchers. A few waitresses sort of bring out more food here and there, trying to keep up with you guys.
I don't have a stomach.
You're just there for the company,
I just
Vedran.
watch people eat.
So he sits down and sort of says, what does he say? The name's Corbin, by the way.
Pleasure.
Dallas Corbin?
Sorry, what was that?
Dallas Corbin? Multiverse?
Multipass?
Hello, Corbin. MC.
It's nice working with you all. But so I hear you have a bit of a cultist issue. Is that correct?
They must all die.
I'm fine with that. At which point you see one of the other humans speak up as he begins sharpening a few arrows. He says, "The name's Johan."
Hello, Johan.
Joe, and you probably shouldn't sharpen the arrows in a tavern. I get hit by that.
I do what I want.
Oh, we got a badass here.
So, you made it in and you made it out alive. What can you tell us?
I tell them the whole story again.
The woman at the blacksmith, Farah, is pretty hot.
Johan speaks up and says, interesting to see where your priorities lie.
Don't listen to the idiot. I shouldn't speak about that, by the way. I have an int of like 8. But, so as she tells the story, I add some details about the place,
okay.
Layouts of the rooms beneath the tower, basically,
Mm-hmm.
so they know how to move about.
Okay. Well, sounds like a situation that could get bad real quick, so I think we're going to have to go in quietly. You said they have flying mounts for reconnaissance?
At least 2, but they might have more.
So, what are you guys like getting in and getting out quickly and quietly?
Oh, I have no problem, but gestures at VMAC.
Yeah.
I am actually pretty stealthy, just so you know. I mean, I'm not wearing armor.
No, we can see at which point Corbin speaks up. God damn it, man, at least get a loincloth.
Do you have a loincloth?
Do I look like I carry around a handful of supply of loincloths of barbarians like yourselves? I've dealt with more than enough in your time. So, we make our way up, quickly, quietly, without drawing too much attention for ourselves. My boys can get in and out without too much difficulty, but we're going to need your help taking them on. I don't fancy our chances, 5 versus 50. 10, however, we might be able to strike at their heart without them even realizing what's going on, and we can get out quickly.
Yeah, we just leveled up as well, so.
Yeah, I expect the tough ones being the leaders, actually.
Yeah, that Jade chick looked pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
Pretty hard, huh?
I think they have some interesting spell crafting.
Only
Very
level.
well.
Yeah. The rest are cannon fodder.
That's what I like to hear. Always a good bit of cannon fodder to get you in the mood for a bloodbath.
Talking of blood, Hippogriff rider that we got Manticore rider that we killed had some weird black blood thing going on.
Few of the group, the rangers sort of look to one another, and Corbin speaks up and says, "Hi, I hear we're dealing with devils."
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what that's what I believe. We've been told. At which point he sort of turns to Orif. My contact has it on good authority that devils are what we're dealing with here.
All right.
So does that mean we need an exorcist?
Just
Well,
put
my
him in the
actual
ground, and that'll be
exorcist.
plenty fine. Johan speaks up and says,
I mean, make sure we
"Devils,
get someone.
demons, barbarians, all the same. You shoot them enough, they go down."
Are you sure we don't need a priest?
Would be mighty fine. This isn't my first rodeo.
VMAC, you need more than a priest.
A multipass?
You need Jesus.
Well, my boys are ready to go when you guys are. How long are you going to take to put your panties on and get ready?
I'm ready to go.
Nice. Divisive. I like it.
I lift up my alcohol. Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, I grabbed 2 large servings of blood sausage and pork shavings and bread, and I stuffed a big piece of bread in my mouth, and I said, "Well, I'm ready now."
Okay. So, well, now Orif turns to you and says, "Best of luck. If you could avoid giving myself,
Yep.
So, if you can avoid giving me a whole mountain of paperwork, that would be great. Just deal with the situation if you
No promises.
can. Well, you're away from the town, so there's nothing you can set fire to here, I guess. So that's something.
Looks like me after a night out when I was in uni.
Nice. Okay. All of the above?
Yes.
Okay. So, we're on that. Corbin sort of steps on out. Johan looks back at you all and gives you a wide-eyed smile and says, "Oh, this is going to be fun."
Yes, it will.
And with that, you set on back out into the wilderness once more. So, you begin heading down a familiar trail that you've seen a few times previously. So, it's very much familiar terrain to you all. Okay. So, in the next couple of days, you begin weaving on through the plains and the forests as you make your way back up to the Tower of Omens. With the help of your ranger brethren, You're able to sort of make good pace and without drawing too much attention to yourself. As you get sort of nearer after the first day has passed, you do see a familiar sight of various winged creatures. You count two of them total, flying on overhead, keeping a watch over the valleys and the paths that lead up to the tower itself. But after your second sort of day, you can see you find yourselves well and truly back in Bolton's Folly once more.
Wait, stop touching my character. Quincy? Quincy, this is Benjamin, okay? You guys see him freaking out as well.
Yeah.
And like, whee!
Okay.
That wasn't me.
No.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. That is a great channel. Like,
You saw an opportunity and took it.
Mac is going in for the attack. Oh, he missed.
Surprise attack.
The human missile.
I mean, keep talking like that, and I'll throw in our comfort panda.
how's that? Okay, so let me load on up some ranger tokens.
Throwing the panda.
I mean, well, you're a bit heavy, so.
There's a video of that. Let me see.
2 seconds, guys.
No worries.
That's alright, I got tea.
Nice. I'm glad to hear that.
I mean, obviously, this scores me points, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. You just, 5% reduced chance to die.
I'll take it.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you begin heading up through sort of various winding cliff face trails. A few of them are more precarious than others, but with the help of your newfound comrade, you're able to find your way back up to a familiar camp once more. Okay, so you're still some distance, but you can sort of make out the main terrain here and there. You're probably about, say, 300 feet away at this point off the table, but you can kind of see like fires blazing from a nearby camp, the tower itself and whatnot, and sort of few bits of activity here and there. There seems to be a patrol to one side and a small little group of cultists in the nearby encampment. So, how do you wish to approach the situation?
I think you should take point there. What was his name? Was it Johan or was
Corbin
it
and Johan.
Corbin? Was Corbin the leader? Or...
He seems to be.
Yeah. All right. I think you're on point there, Corbin.
Is very. So you see him and one of the dwarf run on forward, keeping low to the ground. You see them just sort of head on forward. You see them rest in sort of like a nearby group of trees and whatnot, and you just see them sort of lay low to the ground and keep an eye on the situation. They sort of look on over to you guys and then quickly give you the sign to sort of beckon on forward. Johan speaks up to you and says, "He wants us to approach."
That's what
Put
we
on
do.
your tap dancing shoes, boys.
Tack.
Gonna be sneaky, Charlie.
Mm-hmm. The three other rangers begin to head on up, with Johan just sort of looking back at you all expectingly.
I'm just gonna stand on the floor because I can't really hit them with my axe from up those rocks.
Okay. Let's see how this plays out. I'd like
Yeah, it's fine.
I'd like stealth checks from you all, please.
Shit. I have.
It's fine. I got this, guys. I got this. I do actually got this.
That's pretty good.
I'm a sneaky boy. I'm not a sneaky boy.
This is going so well.
Quincy, you're dragging down the group, man. That's my job.
Okay.
So I have 9,
Okay.
but I'm not the
So-
worst one.
Starting from the top, Z, what did you get?
15 total.
Okay. You, what did you get?
9.
Very nice. Mela,
8.
fantastic. VMAC,
Natural 20 plus 4.
very nice. You become one with the mountain and you just tiptoe your way through the snow without even leaving a trail behind you. And Benjamin,
Natural one. So
yes. So, as you all make your way up to this collection of sort of trees and rocks and whatnot, trying whatever you can to stay hidden, you see a couple of the individuals on the nearby tents. One of them sort of turns to another and goes, "Shh, I think I hear movement." At which point you see two of them just begin heading on over, sort of keeping low to the ground and just sort of making their way across.
When they're within 40 feet,
Yeah, very much within 40 feet.
I will run at them.
Okay. Corbin and Johan both pull out bows ready. You see the other rangers pull out short swords ready to head on in.
And
Can I run as well when
You
Roman
can.
runs?
I take the dodge action.
Okay, so as they get to sort of like the edge of this collection of trees and whatnot, you see them sort of lay low to the ground, just try and look on in, seeing what they can find. And the first thing they see is a tabaxi monk and a barbarian run out screaming in their face towards.
Well, I'm being sneaky, so my scream is like a very silent rock.
Okay, so if on that, let's roll for initiative once more.
Come on, give me another 20. I mean,
Oh
I deserve
yeah!
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
I mean, I did tell the game to give a 20. I just hoped that it would be on me and not the two of you. But it did give a 20, so
Did anyone get 20 or above?
24!
21.
Nice.
This is how
Okay.
you do surprise.
Surprise, motherfucker. Anyone get 15 or above? Anyone get 10 or above?
11.
Anyone get 5 or above?
5.
Bringing up the rear.
4.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay.
I mean, it would be good if I'm not like right in the middle of all the targets that could probably shoot at me. Probably would have been better if I rolled a bit higher.
That's fine. And what did the mercs get? Oh, okay. They seem to be also pretty well versed in how these things go. Okay, Z, you're up first.
I'm going to attack that one.
Hang on a sec. Which one, sorry?
The one in between me and VMAC.
Okay, you are flanking.
Uh, 16 plus 6.
That is a hit.
damage, 5 bludgeoning damage,
Nice. Okay.
and then flurry of blows.
Okay.
Yeah, that's strong. 6 is 17.
17's a hit.
Wow.
Big.
5 slashing damage.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad.
Uh, 8. 14.
14's a hit.
Big rolls today.
Mm-hmm.
6 slashing damage.
Mm-hmm. You.
And I drunkenly disengage.
Okay.
I'm going to move. I'm gonna use my aggressiveness. Use my bonus action to
Yep.
move double.
Sounds good to me.
I will, however, only reach there. Oops.
Okay.
Fucking axe. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I will use my tiny crossbow because I can't reach.
Sounds good to me.
Stupid face. I will attack the one next to VMAC.
Yeah.
I will not attack the one next to VMAC.
Fair's enough. Okay, so Mercs. You see a volley of arrows pop on out from these two that are up. Okay, throwing a fair bit of damage. This guy is now bloodied. You then see the Mercs sort of head on out from the vegetation and surround the other one. Okay, pulling out their short swords. Getting a few hits in as well. So, cultists are up next. Right, what are they going to do? So, this one is immediately going to turn around and strike at yourself, VMAX. Sort of pulls out a scimitar and tries to attack. But misses completely. This one over here is also going to try and do the same to some of the merc. Does manage to score a hit. And then these two at the back. One of them sort of pulls out a bow and fires at yourself, you. 16 against your AC.
That is a miss.
Okay. And the other one... I'm going to say this one's going to double move. 1, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20. Getting to that. Okay, Benjamin.
I'll take the mutagen of rapidity. Beating.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I shoot. Oh no, wait. I didn't see this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Not made it anyway. Nah, I'll just move here then. I'd use the defensive action.
Okay.
Dodge.
Okay, no worries. So, with that, who we got up next is Mela.
Ooh. Okay, is anyone in dire need of healing?
Don't think anyone's taken any damage so far.
No. Okay. Then I will turn into a bear, as usual. Or what?
Oh, bear. Yes. Sorry, I need to get you a token for that. So,
I think I have the token from the last turn. Maybe?
Ah.
Or... No.
Sorry, I'm just gonna have to go and pee. Be right back.
no worries, man. Bear.
Strong bear.
Okay. Mela become bear. What would you like to do, Mela?
Okay, the rangers up here, they've seen us, right? They know we're here.
Oh yeah, they've been firing down at the cultists.
Yes. So, because I'm good at climbing, maybe I'll go up here.
Okay.
And I'll slash that one.
They're your allies.
Wait, oh shit, sorry. I'm confused.
Which is why I marked them with green bases.
Didn't see that. Sorry.
That's alright.
Okay, then I go around. I guess I'll go. Yep, I'm
Do
shooting.
a barrel roll.
This one has a gray base.
It does, yes.
I'm gonna go for it.
Nice. See one of the cultists begin heading towards the tower, and you're just able to sort of get behind.
Yeah, and hopefully the other guy can get in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Have some fun. Okay, first bite. +5.
That's a hit.
That's 11 damage.
Nice.
That's 9, I guess.
That's the miss, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. VMAC.
Yes. Will I be flanking this one?
No.
Okay. In that case, can I move here?
Yep.
Okay, then I will attack this one.
Okay, now you're flanking.
Oh, and a rage, of course.
Of course.
That is 21.
That is a hit.
Just need to check if the rage damage was increased. This is, what? God, that PDF behave.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. Damn, hang on.
It's fine. Take your time.
No, it's just that it was like, oh, it's still +2. Okay. So it was a 7. So +7. So 14.
Nice. Strong hit. Okay. Z.
I think I'm going to go for the guy that was running towards the tower.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my attack action to knock him prone.
Okay.
Strength contest.
Yeah, he can either use acrobatics or athletics against your athletics. Okay.
Still count?
No, unfortunately not.
Fine. So that would... If my mouse would... athletic.
Looking to beat 17.
17 is what I rolled. Well, 15 plus the 2, so 17.
Can't remember the rules in drawing. Just let's roll again.
Okay.
Winner takes all. That's a natural one.
Nice. Not much better. 6 plus 2, 8.
That's still enough. Okay. As the guy tries to run desperately to the tower, you're able to use your monk lightning speed to get in front of him, and you just sort of clothesline him as he runs on past, knocking him prone.
Then I'm going to use my bonus action to punch him in the face.
Okay.
Add insult to injury.
He's prone, so you have advantage, and you're also flanking anyway, so it's fine.
I think that's 19.
That'll be a hit.
And 7 slashing damage.
Nice, okay. Good stuff. Anything else?
Oh.
You.
It looks like the others have control over the runner, so I'm gonna move forward to this guy.
Yep.
I will smack his face.
Strong. I like it. You are currently flanking with VMAC.
Nice. Oh, wow.
Nice.
A crit.
Big.
So, since we leveled, I get 1 extra there. Where am I? There I am. Okay. Slow.
All right.
So that's 10 and plus 5 plus 7. Yeah, so 17.
17, nice. Okay. You embed your axe into the back of his skull. Still up, but in a really bad shape.
Split his brain.
Oh, yes. Okay, so, Mercs. The two on the high ground are going to just let loose some more arrows. You see them fly into a couple of the individuals, this one and this one. And these three around here just going to pull out their short sword and just give it to it. Also bloodying this guy. Okay. So, cultists. This guy over here is going to get back up, which is half his movement. He's then going to take the disengage action and then move 5, 10, 15, getting to that. This guy over here is going to pull out a bow and probably fire at the big old bear over here. 15 against your AC.
Bear AC is 11.
Okay. Hitting you for 7 piercing damage.
I don't like that.
The two over here. This one's gonna go for yourself, you.
Mm-hmm.
Getting an 18 against your AC. This
Yep.
one. Okay. Landing a hit for 8 slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
This one over here just sort of flails wildly at one of the mercs. Also scoring a hit. For a fair bit of damage. Okay. Right. So, next up is Benjamin.
Alright. The guy I wanted to kill is dead, so there goes that plan. 2, 4. stab this guy.
Nice. We'll say you're flanking with VMAC.
All right. That 20.
That is most definitely a hit.
+4. That's 11 damage.
Okay, as he's trying to fend off both you and VMAC, Benjamin, you sort of just make your way over and you strike him down. First cult is falling.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Mela.
Everybody.
Well, I don't like that my prey is escaping, so go around here.
As he stumbles on over and tries his best, you just make your way in front of him, seeing this giant bear in front of him.
Okay, I try to bite him.
Okay,
12 plus 5, 17.
that is a hit.
For 6 damage.
He is very much bloodied.
Let's try the claw attack. That's like 23.
That is a hit. You can do it.
10 damage.
Very nice. Okay, VMAC.
I attack the one in front of me.
Okay.
Okay.
That is a hit.
$19 damage.
And you split the guy's skull into.
Okay. So I then move. Wait, that's that is sick. All right. I then move here.
Nice. Okay. So, Z, as you sort of gaze on over to the runner between yourself and the bear, you sort of see a patrol sort of come around the corner, drawn in by the sounds of metal hitting metal. They sort of look up onto you, surprised, and seem to have joined the fray. It is your turn, Z.
I'm going to finish off the runner.
Okay.
Attempt to.
Yep.
Uh, 96. That is hard.
Yeah, it's a hit.
That is 8 bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
And just a
And
normal,
she's just still up.
just normal unarmed strike.
Okay. That's a hit.
Six slashing damage.
Still enough. And he goes down.
And I turn my gaze on the newcomers and anticipate those incoming projectiles.
Mm-hmm. You.
I don't know about the new guys, I'd say. So I'm gonna join VMAC on the last guy here.
Okay.
Or how does he look?
Relatively unscathed. He seems to have taken 1 or 2 arrow hits, but otherwise not a huge amount of damage.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to get close. And then I'm gonna whap whap.
Nice. Strong. I like it.
I'm not gonna whap whap. Done.
Okay, so with that, Rangers, they begin letting out some more shots to various different targets. So let's take a look, see what they can do. These two on the high ground begin turning their attention to the newcomers and let loose a couple of arrows, getting hits. These ones over here, however, I'm going to say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So this one's going to double move and get all the way around. That one's probably going to join him. This one, however, is going to move over here. Okay. So with that, cultists are up next. This one finds himself currently surrounded and begins just sort of lashing out at those who are nearest to him. Getting a hit on one of the rangers. And these two over here. One's going to double move. In fact, no, actually, they're both going to double move. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. Benjamin.
Mm-hmm. I joined the party.
Oh, yeah, now it's a party.
Recharge, stand up, straight, got them. There you go. Alright, this is fine. Bloop. It's 17 to it.
That's a hit, dude.
Eight.
Nice. Strong start.
I've forgotten that I also had the dueling fighting.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, Mela. Good
Yeah.
hit, Benjamin?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think I could get past them to get in front of them? Like
The only way that you're going to do it is by barging through, which would be your action. It'll be a strength contest.
Okay, because I want to block them from
You can do
getting in
it, but
front.
it'll be your action and it'll be a strength contest to do so.
Is it using the bear's strength or
Yeah.
my...
It'll be the bear strength.
You're a size larger as well, so it will be easier.
Yeah.
So I'll try to barge through.
Okay. So, with that, can you make an athletics check and I'll give you advantage?
Oh shit, I rolled them same time. Ah. Okay, 10 plus 4, that's 14.
Okay, it's enough. Despite just sort of reaching the cusp of where the tower enters, you sort of barge on through, sending them flying, preventing them from getting any further. There you go.
Well, okay, I'm basically... I want to stand with my entire bear form at the door,
Yeah.
so they can't really get past.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
Floating bear is floating. VMAC.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit this guy. Like, just so I'll move over there, and I hit him.
You are flanking with this many people around.
Ah, that's good to know.
That is a hit.
Do I finish him off?
No.
So it's plus 7, so 9 damage.
Okay, it's enough to bloody him at least. Z.
My turn.
What would you like to do? Oh, I can see you speaking, but
Hello.
I can't hear you. There you go.
Yes, I'm going to go for this guy.
Okay.
Is he within 5 feet of the bear?
Yes. They're right up next to the bear.
That's fine. So I'm just going to straight up smack him in the face.
Nice. You are flanking.
Ooh. 11 plus 6, 17.
That'll be a hit.
Hey, decent damage roll.
Nice. Okay, strong start.
10 bludgeoning damage.
Good stuff.
And just a normal unarmed strike.
Okay.
Wow.
Great.
9.
He's able to push you off without scoring a hit, unfortunately, on that one.
That's okay.
You.
Roar.
This guy who looked completely petrified as there's a good 5 individuals just sort of surrounding him, lashing out one by one.
Yeah.
I mean, we could tell him to surrender.
No.
Surrender was never an option.
I'm guessing flank.
Yes, you have flanking by this point.
But only this point. If it was one less guy, you would not get flanking.
That is most definitely a hit.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's, what did I say? So 15.
15. And he goes down. Without taking VMAC with him.
Don't touch my character.
Oh no.
Where did it go?
And then I start moving back.
Okay.
That's my first.
Okay.
I have my bonus action.
My aim was to throw Benjamin off the table. I'm disappointed by Brooke's little tablet.
Okay, so that's my.
Very nice. Okay, so Rangers. These two are going to head on over. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Get to about here. This one is going to join with yourself, C, into the fray. Let's lose a couple of short sword attack. Wow, getting a crit on one. So bloodying this guy. And these two, you see them climb on down and move on over, presumably to get a better vantage position of anything that's coming from this direction. Okay, so cultists, they've had their retreat blocked off, so they're just going to turn around and try and strike at whoever's nearest. An attack against yourself, Z. That's 24 against AC.
Yeah, that hits.
Striking you for 7 slashing damage. And this one will strike at one of the rangers. Getting a miss on that one. Benjamin.
Yes. It's time to hit.
Nice.
Yep. Run all the way this way. Double. And that's my turn.
Nice. Strong. I like it. Mela.
On your right.
Yes. Do I reach them from here?
You're next to them, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really see because I'm in the air.
Yeah.
They are further.
But yes, you are
If I
next to
can,
them.
I'll start biting the blooded one. I think.
Okay.
Let's see. And then I have advantage, I guess.
Yeah, you're flanking at the moment, so.
I'll just see if I get a crit. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's 18 plus 5.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Let's see. Damage for the bite. Ooh, that's 12.
Very nice.
Is he alive?
He's still up, just though.
Okay, then I'll go for the claw attack on that one. Yeah.
That's enough to finish him off. As he thinks he's lasted through the first one, you just claw him from the back.
Oh. I just wanted the damage. 20 damage.
It's fine. It's still enough, though.
Yeah. I guess he had 1 hit point or something.
Pretty much, yeah.
God damn it. Well,
VMAX.
might be.
I double move,
Nice.
and I lose my rage because of that.
Aw, sad times. Z.
I'm gonna smack this guy again.
Okay.
Uh, 17 plus.
That's a hit.
Uh, 5 bludgeoning damage.
Nice, okay.
And bonus action, normal and
Okay.
18.
Also a hit.
5 slashing damage.
Okay, nice one. You.
Let's see. That should be good.
Yeah, that's all good. You're flanking as well with the bear. Most definitely a hit.
Yeah. Come on. 17.
Very nice. Not quite enough to take the guy down, but he's on his last legs by the looks of things. Okay. And with that, all of the mercs converge. This guy's going to move up. These two as well. And you see them let loose a volley of arrows into the last remaining cultist.
Right.
Yeah, which is enough to take him down. You just see him get peppered with arrows, just hit the ground running. And with that, we are out of combat.
Yeah, boy.
Okay. You see a couple of the mercs just pick up a few arrows from the corpses that now litter the ground. They sort of give you a nod of satisfaction with the work that's been done here. And I think from there, we'll pick this back up next session.
What? What? Oh yeah.
Everything
oh, yeah.
went better than expected.
Yes.
I didn't
Got
die.
support.
Actually,
What?
I didn't take any damage from that encounter, so yeah.
I think you have a few light scrapes and bruises here and there, but you're looking okay.
Yeah,
And we haven't managed to get any of the NPCs killed yet.
I know.
Next time on D&D. The whole party's fucking gone.
All right. Thank you for the session.